entering the XR frontier. And the speakers are, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to welcome Talal Al-Habib on stage, the CEO of Sukista Studios. All of you please give a big round of applause, come on. And the next speaker we have is Mohit Singh Singar, Chief Technology Officer from Invatu Technologies. All of you please put your hands together for these gentlemen. And within a few minutes we will begin with this fireside chat. All of you enjoy.
Hello everyone. My name is Talal Habib. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Sukista Studio, which is a gaming development studio. We do mobile games, PC, VR, AR, and cross-platform games as well.
Hello everyone. I am Mohit Singh Sengar, co-founder and Chief Technology Officer at Invatu Technologies, future trillion-dollar company, and we have worked in multiple domains from e-commerce to healthcare to blockchain to AI, and we have provided solutions to many big companies. Some clients like having 12,000 parking spaces across Europe in multiple countries. So yeah, we are here to discuss about XR and its future, its current impact, and everything. So
yes, first of all, I will start with an introduction about XR. It's extended reality, and what does that mean, the XR? We heard about like AR, the augmented reality, and the virtual reality, and the mixed reality as well. So, go briefly with each one of them. The augmented reality is actually overlays of digital assets on a physical environment, similar to Pokemon Go, for example, the well-known game. So that's basically the augmented reality. The virtual reality is creating a complete virtual reality, which does not exist actually. So you can live and immerse yourself into a new world, for example. So this is the virtual reality. The mixed reality, it's a combination of both. So it is a virtual reality and augmented reality as well, but you have the ability to interact with the digital asset that you have. In the augmented reality, you cannot basically interact directly with the object, but in the mixed reality, you can interact directly with the object and on top of physical environment. So this is basically the three well-known. Of course, they have like the metaverse, which is considered as well as an XR. So basically, the X can be replaceable, right? The XR is all the three of them. So I will let Mohit now to talk about the state, actually, the state of the XR in this day and age.
yeah, absolutely. So XR, as Talal said, stands for extended reality. It's a mix of MR, VR, and AR. So right now, it is the technology which is kind of blending the digital world with the physical world. So it is going to be a ubiquitous to in our daily life. So we are going to see it in the fields of medicine, healthcare, education, entertainment, training, and these kind of different platforms and domains. And I think today we are going to discuss it and give the ideas and the possibilities and the futures of XR on these different domains. And so first of all, I would like to start with the healthcare domain, where the XR is already doing many great things, including treating the PTSD problems like post-traumatic stress disorder. So for example, these XR can give the immersive visualization and experience to the patients to take them out of the stress situations. Other things are like surgical training, so where the nurses and the doctors can be given a complete set of surgical training on the virtual environment without actually trying and doing things and surgery on the physical bodies. So they actually help the efficiency of the surgery. And there are some other kind of things also, for example, solving the problems with autism. So the people, we can train the people with autism in virtual social environment, so that they can actually be trained to in a safe and non-physical environment, so that it is safe for them and the society before we can actually help them to come out in the society and deal with the normal people. So it's like helping in different domains, and yeah, I think I would also like to hear thoughts on the medical healthcare and the medicine from Talal.
Yeah, well said. So it will be very crucial in the medical industry, I think, in the health, especially with the people like with the PTSD and with the phobia from height, for example. So we can create an environment virtually, but it is actually physically, it's a very safe environment. So yeah, in the healthcare, that's there are plenty, even monitoring the health of a patient, for example, can be done as well. So in other use cases in general, for example, let's say training and education. Training can do like simulation for flight simulation, for instance, as well as like military tactics, installation of complex objects. All of these things can be done through the mixed reality and the virtual reality in a very safe environment, as well as education. That will be a huge education. So, for instance, we can go like 100 years back in New York City, for example, and with the help of the AI as well, we can create that imagery, and it can be educational. We can immerse the student in learning and educating and interact as well with the environment. So these things will be huge in the future, especially when the advancements are done and the technology it's advancing as well, but it will advance even faster with the introduction, for example, for the cloud XR technology. So imagine that all the computing power and all these complex environments can be created in the cloud. So in this case, the headset, which is a headset at the moment, it will be very light and very accurate and very immersive, and most of the people can afford it, because nowadays the prices are a little expensive, I know, but it will be affordable in the future, and it's advancing pretty fast. So these are for the training and education, and when we go, and most of the people know, it's about gaming, right? The gaming, it's been there for a while, but still there is some like motion sickness. Some people will suffer while they're playing the game, and I think when they improve the latency, that will be improved, and they are doing that. So imagine like the Vision Pro at the moment, it's always whatever game, when you see he's walking around in the street with the glasses. Actually, it's not a glass, it's not a transparent, it's an imagery, it's a capturing video, but it's almost like 12 milliseconds from reality. So that's very fast latency, and this will improve as well. So when it comes to gaming, there is a huge potential, because everything can be gamified, even the education part of it. It can be gamified. It will give self-satisfaction for the educator, so he can get rewards, for example, in game, while learning new stuff and new things. As well in the gaming. When gaming, we talk about the metaverse. The metaverse is one of the big aspects. We talked about that a lot in the past couple of years, specifically. And I think with the introduction of the Vision Pro and the advancement of the technology, that will come even faster, which will create a new economy that even wasn't exist previously, right? Because the integration with the blockchain in the metaverse, so that there will be like digital asset properties. There will be properties virtually, actually, and there are too many brands are adapting that at the moment. Like big brands like Gucci, like Nike, like those people. They already have like a virtual store in the metaverse. But everybody's waiting for the adoption, and the adoption, in my opinion, will be coming pretty fast. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, I absolutely agree to that. I think this XR is going to be a very great add-on, and in terms of education, I think it is going to be revolutionary. It is going to teach the children in a way that is unimaginable before, and it is not possible in the traditional classroom settings. So, for example, there are like for example, we have to visualize the abstract concepts of the physics. Let's say you have to visualize that you are inside a particle accelerator, or you are watching the collision of the galaxies, or you are watching, or you are trying to digitally overlay the physical objects and see what are the electromagnetic forces and other kind of forces acting on a bridge real time. And the buildings, all the forces acting on the building and the bridges real time. It will be very helpful, and I think it will be very revolutionary in education. There is already some companies which are doing some things here. So, for example, Google Expedition also already provides students a virtual field trip, which is very helpful to the students. But all the concepts, all the complex concepts of the physics or the chemistry, like if we have to manipulate the digital 3D model of the atom and do the chemical reactions, it is very beneficiary if students can do it real time, change the variables and see the results on a hands-on. So I think it is very revolutionary in the education. For example, things which are not possible before, let's say they have to manipulate other kind of variables in physics like velocity, mass, energy, and see the output of the things. I think it is very revolutionary there. I think there are some other companies in medical department also, in healthcare, like also VR. It's already providing kind of surgical training to the companies. And the things like Microsoft HoloLens, it is something that is already giving remote assistance for the complex repairs to the field engineers in the fields. So we are already progressing very much there, but still we are way ahead. Still we are way behind with the possibilities and the things which are possible with the XR. We have to also take care about the challenges and the security things. For example, it is obviously on your face, so you have to be secure and safe that it is not recording your retina's information or your facial information. So those kind of policies needs to be put in place. There are a company called Kronos Group which is already adding and creating policies for common XR related for different domains. And there are companies which are active in this field, but the security is something that we have to be very concerned and take care. Means policy should not stop the innovation, obviously, but it should be there to control and to provide the ethical use of the XR. So what you say about the security?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the security, the data privacy, for example. In any technology, the technology is not doomed. I mean, we don't have to crack on the technology itself. In every bad actors are there since the beginning, right? They try to scam people, they try to manipulate people, whether it's like forging artwork, for example, or hackers, or or in the blockchain, or whatever. So usually there has to be a transparency of regulation and policy. For example, we have, the most important thing is the consumer protection. We need to protect the consumer. And in terms of data privacy, I just read an article about like Vision Pro. They already have this implemented in their glasses as a Vision Pro in Apple. So yeah, that's a very important aspect of it. Okay, when it comes to to other use cases, we saw what happened during COVID, for example. People were working remotely, and I think that will be even more from B2B aspect, not only B2C. It's B2B. For example, if there is a new prototype, a new product that needs to be implemented, it can be done in a mixed reality, and they can even participate like two companies, and each company in a different country, right? They can do that. They can collaborate. So in terms of collaboration, that would be huge. It's all about the accessibility. There are still challenges, as we mentioned. It's a little bit heavy. The battery life, for example, needs to be improved, and what Apple did so far is good, but I think it will be even more advanced. The goggles should be even like a lighter weight. So there are two parts. There is the hardware and the software as well. So the software, what we need, SDKs, software development kits and tools that will enable people to do more creation, more content creation utilizing this technology, which is very important. There is a lack at the moment, but in my opinion, there will be huge advancement in the future, especially with the Vision Pro, because when Apple do some things, everybody will jump in. You will see all the developers all around trying to create tools in order to have a tool that will help creator to do it as seamless as possible without any complication or code complications, for example. And there's another problem will be interoperability, because the HoloLens, for example, Microsoft has their own, and Apple have their own, and the other companies as well. So I think in the future there might be some kind of a collaboration, so you can even utilize the whole ecosystem of the XR in general. It doesn't matter who the manufacturer is, which will be huge in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we know that Apple has launched the Vision Pro recently, and there is Microsoft HoloLens already from years, and there is Oculus from Meta. But this technology, this XR and VR and AR, this is not new. These are still maturing. Apple is the new player, but the first XR was designed in 1960. There was a person called Morten Hellig. He has designed a company, a tool called Sensorama. You can Google it, and it is designed in 1960, and it is to provide the different kind of senses and feelings and immersive experience, controlling your sight, all the four senses: sight, sound, smell, and vision. And there are some other things happening around this XR space. So for example, Elon Musk is already working on haptic feedback and the brain-computer interfaces. So he is able to, the recent launch and the upgrade in that brain-computer interface chip, he is actually claiming that they can provide vision to even a 99% blind people. So technology is actually kind of very helpful. It should be inclusive. It should be accessible. So it doesn't matter if the person is disabled or any other kind of issues. It should include them also, and resolve their medical conditions and those kind of stuff. And I think as we grow, as the time goes, the technology is going to advance in terms of the processing power. So in coming years, we are going to see the quantum computers. So once those kind of technologies and power is there, you will want to stay within the XR. I'm not sure whether it is going to be a good thing or the bad thing, but it is kind of a whole new different world, and the possibilities we are going to explore. So I think the future is good, it's positive, and we have to think and take it in a positive way. There are still very less applications, whether it's Apple Vision Store or whether it's the Oculus Store. People are building it, Obviously, there are things related to the entertainment and other kind of industries where you can see the Netflix in the bigger screens and those kind of stuff. But we have to use these technologies for the betterment of the society. How we can impact the billions of people, how we can impact the future generations, providing them good education, solving the issues with healthcare, and improving mainly if our future generation is good and intelligent, and they are not lethargic and just asking computer to do everything, then I think we are going in the right direction. Our kids are going to be something that will be proud that our older generation has built something to for us to learn and make things easy to grasp. Generally, students when they are in this immersive visualization or the interactive experiences, and these devices are able to grasp the attention of this, captivates the attention of these kids, which old textbooks are not. It's not possible with those old traditional settings in the schools. So I think VR and XR is like 80 to 90% going to bring us a good future. But the 5 and the 10% we have to make sure that it's ethical, it's safe, there are proper policies. We are also in our company we are building some educational platforms and some related to healthcare and also the education domains. We will launch it very soon. But I think this is the technology. AI is there, but AI is like making you more kind of dependent on it, because previously you were scanning through different articles and you were using your thinking and logic whether it is right or wrong. Right now, if you use AI to solve a problem, and if so AI is a problem of hallucination. So if, for example, it is giving you bad results and you are agreeing to it, so you are giving up pretty soon without even trying and giving your own attempts of searching and finding the solutions to the problems. So I think we should use them to advance, should not be totally dependent on them. And I think there should be a proper use which is going to make the huge and better impact in the society. That is my consensus on XR technology.
In addition to that, when you mentioned the haptic, actually during my visit last year to Leap Tech event in Riyadh, I came across a company and they're trying to sell a haptic device. And I told him what this device is used for actually. So he said it's for simulation training for carpenters. So you will have like a handle in your hand, and when you perform the painting, you even can feel like you are doing it in real time, which was amazing actually. So even there are some gaming center which they provide AR. They are this haptic, for example, a vest that you wear, so you can even feel the bullets when it comes in game for sure, but you can feel that it hit you. And there was a video floating like in last month probably, an exhibition in Japan. I don't know who saw that, like a TV where like a lavender, you can smell the lavender, right? And there's like a lemon, you can smell lemon. All these, so the smell, even the temperature, even the haptic devices in general, it will give you more immersive experience when using this technology, which is amazing actually. As a game developer, we have developed some VR games, and what was interesting to me actually, we have a map that we have done it in a 3D model. Before that, it was like just a regular mobile game. So we utilized this map and in the VR scene. So you are like in a virtual reality now inside the game. And what we did is we tried to do other tasks while in game. For example, who knows Talabat? Like Talabat is like a food delivery application, right? So we implemented that. We have talabat in-game actually. So we were able to order the food while in-game, while we are using the VR set, which was opened a lot of things that, imagine what will happen in the future, for example, when these metaverses come and how people will be interacting with each other. I mean, it's something scary sometimes when you think about it, because, every single, thing, it can be addictive. Like gaming can be addictive for sure. And we don't want the people to be completely isolated from the real world, right? But I mean, the capability of having this type of technology, so you can even order food without even taking off your glasses. You can even order for other people as well. We tried that. For example, you will have a username or a special code that represents your username, and you can have your address, for example, and I can even order food, and you will receive the food to your home without giving me anything about yourself. Not even your address, not even your phone number, the technology is amazing. So it all depends on the accessibility and affordability in order to have mass adoption.
Yes, absolutely. And I think, yes, there is impact when you are using XR or VR, that you are getting addictive and you are trying to do things and stuff without taking it off. But I think we can put some policies like the maximum continuous usage of this device is 3 hours in, let's say, in a day. So you have to put it down, you have to remove it, and you have to take a break. So these kind of policies we have to put in place if there is a strain in the eye, if there is medical conditions and those kind of stuff. We have to take the user permissions, the agreement. They do not have any issues with eye, because obviously it is going to, all these VR technologies are going to impact the sight a little bit. Over time it is going to increase, and we don't want that. We don't, because with already the devices, the mobile, the radiation, the blue rays from the screens are already impacting the eyes too much of the kids, and we don't want this XR to be an add-on on that. So yeah, we have to put some kind of restrictions, we have to put some kind of policies, and there should be a physical world interaction mandatorily, because after few hours, if these technologies are going to increase in this space, no one want to come into the real world. They will always trying to stay in this virtual world, and it is good also, but it is bad for the physical health, and we have to put some kind of restrictions there, policies there. As I said, Kronos group is already working on creating those kind of policies. Actually, there is a book, the VR book by Jason Gerald, which you can guys take a look. It has given very deep insights about how this technology has emerged from what it is right now and what is the possible impact in the future. There are annual conferences like Augmented World Expo, AWE, which is happening for the XR. You guys would love to go there and learn about these technologies, because all those previous technologies are kind of getting outdated with three things: blockchain, AI, and XR. So we have to change ourselves. We have to learn new things. We have to change the technologies. Then only I think we will progress it. If you're not willing to change, if you're not willing to adapt, the bad actors will come first from us and do something incorrect, which is not good for the society. So the possibilities, opportunities are very huge. The future is very ambitious with these technologies, but the good people have to collaborate, come in front, build better technologies, and so that it impacts the human society in a very positive way. There are other type of things, and the uses always, for example, blockchain. When we talk about blockchain, it is not just about the crypto and money stuff. Bitcoin and all those. There are the different type of blockchain related things we can build related to asset management and supply chain management and the property purchase management, car sale and purchase. There are different kind of things. So these are all the positive aspects. But when we only think that the blockchain is just for the exchanges, for the coins, and then we think about the scammers who are stealing the money and the wallet and the keys, and then we had a very bad taste in our mouth about these technologies. But I think good people have to collaborate and have to create some innovations. So for example, we are also building a blockchain review system, and I have seen a white paper from IEEE, and this is something that is impacting the industry in a huge scale. For example, due to the bad reviews, so TripAdvisor, Google reviews, and all Yelp, all these companies have reviews, but they are not on a public infrastructure, or means they are not very feasible, whether it's given by scammers to decrease the reputation of the company, or whether it was given by the actual people. And so sometimes this is costing millions to the companies in terms of having a bad image created by their competitors due to the scammers who has given the bad reviews. And so the blockchain and all this stuff are going to create the trust. So this is Web 3.0. So Web 3.0 includes everything. It's a blockchain, whether it's an AI, whether it's an this XR, VR technology. So yeah, means I think we have to always focus on having the positive impact on the society. The other kind of things we are doing is like remote assistance. We are also building a tool for giving the remote assistance. So I'm also working with a client who is in oil and gas industry, and in the fields there are multiple issues in operating those big machines. So we are creating some softwares there so that we can give them virtual trainings, remote assistance, and to handle the complex repairs there. So I think there is lots of possibilities. There are the big players are just starting right now, and I think all the small companies, all the small startups can catch up, can create good products with putting humongous amount of actions, because using the work and the actions we can beat all these big companies. It's not a problem. When the big companies are only involved in planning phase, startups has something that they can just put the action and release the products very quickly. So these are the things, the actions, the efforts, and the work, and the working very fast pace is something the startups has an edge on while beating these companies. So we should not be worrying about whether Apple has launched a Vision or there is Oculus or there is HoloLens. I think we can beat them because we are all in very early stages and we all don't know what are all the possibilities and the future possible there. What do you think?
Yes, I agree definitely. By the end of the day, it depends on the human creativity. So scammers are very creative, to be honest. That's how they scam people, right? The human, we had this side chat actually just right, outside of this ballroom. How can we utilize the technology in marketing, for example, or in this event, right? So imagine that we're using like augmented reality, similar to like the Pokemon Go, because there are exhibitors, for example, in the event. So the main thing about the exhibitor, they want visitor to visit their booth, right, in order to do what's necessary to sell their service or product. So how can we make most of the people go to and visit these exhibitions? We can have similar concept, for example, with the Pokemon Go, that if you use your phone and the Pokemon is hidden in these booths, right? So you have to go and you collect all the Pokemon. So whoever collected every single Pokemon, for example, there will be, by the end of the event, there will be some kind of a draw. You can get a prize, get whatever the case is. And you can implement that even for stores. And stores, they can do the same thing. You can scan each physical product, because that's what the store wants. They want people to visit and to look at their items. Maybe they like something and they can buy. So everything depends on the human creativity. So the technology is there, and by the end of the day, it comes to the human creativity for sure. I think we will conclude. What do you think, Mohammed?
Yes, absolutely. Do you guys have any questions that you want to ask about anything related to XR, VR, AR, how this is going to impact the education, healthcare, and all those stuff? If you have any ideas or any questions, yeah, please. Yes, absolutely. So we are already moving. So his question was like how this is going to impact the bandwidth and the internet speed and all those stuff. So my answer to that is like we are already upgrading above the stack. So we are 3G, then 4G, then 5G. 5G means we are going to get 1 GB per MB per second of speed. And let's say there is a 6G, it is going to give us 10 GB. So this speed is not going to be the problem. I think in the future, handling those data and bandwidths, creating more innovative apps and VR apps that can use those kind of bandwidths. So for example, right now the one problem I see is like everyone has to download an app for everything, and then after 1 or 2 times of usage, those apps are just staying like a garbage in the and those are unnecessarily upgrading every time. So what if there is a we get completely rid of all these apps in our mobile, and for any app we just open a website, and those website works exactly smoothly like these apps. That will be possible if we have a very good speed, because it's not, we don't have to worry about like downloading the app, upgrading the app, and removing the app. Whenever we are opening the website, it is going to download all the necessary components, which is going to give us the actual native experience on the mobile, and that is only possible with the high speeds, and that will going to impact hugely the VR experiences. So I think bandwidth must not be a problem in the future.
Any other questions? Yeah, go ahead.
So as you mentioned, the negative consequences of health, right? So the eye strain on a mental isolation and social isolation. So do you think the Neuralink something we can do with that to remove the headset and all those feasibility? Because the signal is going to be in the mind, right? The whole experience into the mind. So what's your thought regarding that?
Sure. The main reason for those motion sickness and the strains on the eyes is the weight of those devices. So those are currently very heavy and bulky. So 2-3 days back I was looking at one Indian guy. He has created specs just like our normal specs, and have all the capabilities of like searching and showing in the screen, ChatGPT integrated, and it's very lightweight. So specs you are already wearing. What if it is smart spec, right? So in that way we can handle all these motion sickness issues, all these eye straining issues, because it's just another spec which is very smart. So
Latency as well. Latency actually, because sometimes whatever you are experiencing in the VR, there is a little bit of delay. So this just little gap that I'm one of the guys, I get motion sickness. I can't. I just developed the software. I can't. It depends. If there is like heavy movement, I can't stand it. I get really sick. But if it's only you're walking around, for example, because one of the use cases is like tourism, right? So imagine like I want to look at the country that I'm visiting even before going there. Does it worth it? Is it okay? It looks good, looks nice. It can be done. When you walk around calmly, I think it's okay. But if there is like a fast movement or something, and I think the problem is because of the delay that's happening between what you are experiencing and what you are seeing at the same time. So that was creates, I think, the motion sickness. And they are working on that. I haven't tried the Vision Pro until now, because what I heard it's very fast, and the latency is very fast actually. So we need to try that in order to to see if there is still like motion signal or it feels a little better. This is one of the challenges actually.
So, like Google Lenses you are talking about, right? Something like that. Why we need this handset or Google Lenses? Ultimately, goal is to implant the signal into the brain, right? So, Neuralink or a bio IC chip, we can plant it, and we don't need any kind of devices. Why not we just put the data into the mind? Right operation is not possible right now, but in future, yeah, end of that decade possibly, right?
Yeah, so I think that problem can also be solved. So right now you're worrying about like the signals that are coming to our brain and it can impact. So right now, to be honest, the impact is similar to the impact that Wi-Fi is making. So if in this room, if the Wi-Fi is just on, it is going to make the same impact when you are connected to the internet. So if you have to cut out those kind of signals, then what you can do is like, let's say you want to give a training to your subordinate about a complex repair in any machinery. Just download the content in the glasses and let the guy walk and do the things himself, and the classes will be training him with the predefined guide that is already loaded in his specs, because obviously these devices have memories in it. So in that way it is not connected to the internet or any signal, but it is helpful in terms of like real time changing the things, components, where to put what, and those kind of. So that is one way I think it can be solved. But yes, in future I totally agree to that. We have to stop the radiations and the impacts of these devices in our physical health, eyes or brain. So I totally agree to that. Any other questions?
So, you are talking about radiation. Can you emphasize more, like what do you mean when you say the radiation will impact the eyes?
So it's just a term because we are talking to the non-electrical engineers. But from radiation, from signals, I was talking about, for example, if there is a LED in the device, it is producing the blue rays, right? So it is impacting the retina. So in some way there is a radiation. There is not the nuclear radiation or the gamma or the uranium based radiation, but there is a blue rays.
It's similar to the electromagnetic field that generated from the overhead lines, right? Too many people, they claim that it might make cancer, for example. And we have done a study locally in Kuwait, actually, because my background is I'm electrical engineer in the transmission lines. So we have, because there were complaints, for example, that the lines are very close, like 30 or 40 meters, very close to the houses, and this might affect and do some problems. So we work with the Ministry of Health, and we conduct a complete study, and then the final conclusion was they realized that coffee might give you cancer more than the electromagnetic field, because it's similar devices that you use with physiotherapy, for example. If you have like an injury or something, you use your therapy using electricity, for example. It's the same concept. So I hope there will be some kind of radiation, like like the microwave signal is even more detrimental than the electromagnetic field. Yeah, we don't want to get into too many technical details, but I think that's what Mohit meant.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It was a fantastic fireside chat. Thank you very much, Mr. Talal Al Habib and Mr. Mohit Singh.